Oh, get in here, get in here. Everybody get in here. It's time for a legendary show. We gotta get into some things. Laverne Cox, was she right or wrong for talking about Will Smith and Jada Smith's entanglement on the carpet? Laverne Cox. You know, I talk like that because, you know, that's how Laverne talks. Laverne talks like this, and oh, my darling. So Laverne Cox, she was on the red carpet, and she interviewed Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and she rudely asked to some, you know, about them having entanglement. And, you know, take a look at the clip of Laverne Cox speaking with Will and Jada. Hold on, please. Oh, I think she addressed the comment that she made.
Thank you for all the years of joy you brought us. Thank you. We can't wait for more red table talk and more entanglements. And we love you. Thank you for all the years of joy you brought us.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say Will and Jada actually looked really good, and Jada looked nice. Still masculine, but she looked nice. I mean, her fade is lower than Will's. Let's fade away. Okay? Let's fade away from that conversation. Okay, and then the turf queens, I mean, I don't know what you call these women. The queens on Fox Soul, they had something to say.
Wrong time. You know,
what did she say? Just so we can.
Well, you know, she was just, you know, kind of getting along, but it was like that little dig in there, and no more entanglement for you, Jada, right? And it was just kind of like, as she's standing next to her husband, who is absolutely in line to win an Oscar for playing the role of, you know, Richard in the Serena Williams and Venus Williams story, King Richard. And I just thought it was tacky. I absolutely thought it was tacky coming from, you know, that, like, to me, that was like something that, like, maybe Joan Rivers, maybe she was trying to have her Joan Rivers moment, because you know how Joan Rivers would cut somebody and then the next day everybody was talking about, you know, everybody tries to get like their aha moment that goes viral. And I just think that you have to pick and choose, because talk about wrong place, wrong.
Speaking of have a moment where you go viral, girl, so something like you just did. Anywho, let's listen to Laverne.
I love Red Table Talk. I love Red Table Talk, and I love what the Smiths have done with Red Table Talk. And I think my error is that I had so many things I wanted to say to the Smiths, and we didn't have time. There was probably someone in my ear saying we needed to wrap, and I wanted to say so much to them about not just the film, but about their just oeuvre. This is not an apology. If the Smiths need an apology from me, I'll find out privately, and I'll do that privately. This isn't privately. This isn't an apology. I love Red Table Talk. I love Red Table Talk, and I love.
Okay. I don't anything wrong with it, but that's because I'm a little bit shock jockish. I probably would have said that too, or I probably would have been nervous, too nervous to say it coming in. But you know, when you are in the spaces, you've got the job. I would have said it too. I probably would have said, like, no more intent. I don't think she meant it purposefully, but I think that she meant it in entertainment, you know, as entertainment. And here's the thing. They sit up here and they talk about how they're, you know, seeing this one, and Will is banging that one, and he cried when he was going to bang this one, and Jada was so horny she did that, and then she was so high on a nutty professor. Like, you don't get to talk about all this kinky, weird, all kind of woohoo stuff that you do, you know, feel some type of way when people, you know, kind of make jokes and talk about it with you on the carpet. I mean, they talk about, they exploit their family, their lifestyle, everything all the time. Why would you not think that would get brought up? You know, I probably would have done that too. And I don't think it was malicious. It was more like, girl, this is juicy. It's entanglements. It's interesting. Girl, it's a lot going on. You guys talk about it. I mean, Will writes about all kind of crazy stuff in his book. Jada gets on there, shaves her head bald, and then calls herself a nomad. You know, a lesbianic nomad. So it's just whatever. Everything is so free and out in the air and open, and Scientology and whatever you're into. And so I couldn't see the Smiths feeling some type of way about this because everything is just, it just is. You know what I mean? We're just here, so, in a space of pure existence and being here and of the moment, I think they should understand that when you're in the moment and of a moment that is so just free, you just might just say something. Shit. You know what I mean? Godly. And so I think they should let Laverne just exist as we have been free and to let them just exist. Okay? But yeah. I don't think it's that serious, child. They got up there and talked about it, girl. We want to see more entanglements. We want, and it is what it is. Time and place. No, I don't feel like. I think that is the time and place. You have to know that people might have brought that up. It is what it is. You were entertained. I think that Twitter was more offended than everybody else. But anywho. So, child, it was maybe a week ago, last week somehow, Jason Lee had exclusively reported. And I'm saying Jason Lee because, yes, I understand it's Hollywood Unlocked, but Jason Lee is the face of Hollywood Unlocked. So whether it's good or bad, if it's good, you're Jason Lee. So if it's bad, it's Jason Lee. You know what I mean? He is the face of it. So it was Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee. Him and his team, they posted that the Queen, exclusively, that they knew that the Queen was dead. Okay. That had went viral all over. I mean, national publications were talking about that, and he was sticking to it. Jason Lee was at a point where Variety had came out and said that it was an error. There was a Hollywood Unlocked fake page tweet that had came out and said that they apologized. It was their mistake. Jason Lee doubled down and said, you know what? Oh, this is what it is. I don't lie. I trust my sources. We're sticking to it. Come to find out, it was a lie. The Queen was not dead. They then posted a comment basically saying 10 reasons why, or 5 reasons why that they thought the Queen was dead. A lot of people were not feeling that because in the 10 reasons why, there was no apology. 10 reasons why they believe that the Queen was dead and why they ran the story. What are my thoughts? Child, ain't my business. I'm at a point where, people do get it wrong all the time. People get it wrong. You just have to be accountable for when you get it wrong. You have to be able to say, hey, I got it wrong. I put out this news. It wasn't right. Especially when we get into a space where, girl, we will drag and we talk about other people that put out, quote unquote, fake news. This definitely was fake news. No matter how you want to spin it, love Jason Lee, love Hollywood Unlocked. But if he were to call me and ask me, what do I think? This was definitely, it wasn't real. So this would be considered fake news. So you just kind of have to take that and you move on. I don't think that it's going to really hurt the brand that much. But, people will remember that because that was a big deal. The Queen that is a big deal. A lot of people were saying like, well, how did this get past British tabloids, British publications, and it came to Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked out of all people, out of all publications. I'm not going to say that he doesn't have access, he doesn't have reach. Perhaps he may have gotten that exclusive, but that is a big exclusive that for it not even to reach the British press and then not even to reach the mainstream U.S. press, but then to land at Hollywood Unlocked. People they weren't believing it because they were like, listen, we like you, but this is the Queen of England. You're not getting this exclusive first. That's kind of what the consensus was from the people. And I get it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the Queen is still alive. Thank God. She's one of those people that you just think in your mind. I wouldn't be surprised if she died tomorrow. Not saying that she should or that she would. I just don't know. Don't get me to, going. But, she's one of those people. Until they die, you just believe that they're going to live forever. Her and Betty White, for me, were the ones that I'm just like, well, girl, it was almost like, well, when are they going to die? Not like I'm asking for them to die, but it's just like, well, sheesh. I mean, are they going to die? Do they die? I mean, like, what happens when they die? You know what I mean? But yeah, she beat COVID. So shout out to the Queen. And, she's still alive. She's kicking, she's breathing, she's talking, and she's doing whatever she needs to do. She was recently on a Zoom call, and shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. They came back and they did make a statement, but however, they did get it wrong. This was, essentially fake news. It's no shade. They didn't get that one right. But you know, it happens all the time. You just gotta take accountability and just say, hey, I was wrong, and keep it pushing. I love you all. Till next time, I'll see you soon. Peace out.
Yeah, now it's forever. And all the time you have been driving me insane.